In the mind.
Alright, I did the unboxing video for this particular camera, which is the SJ4000. And I did, before I actually released the unboxing video, I did a nighttime video. I did the unboxing video and then I released a daytime video. Plenty of videos all over the place. Check out some of the underwater videos. They're actually really awesome. So yeah, underwater case does work. I don't know if mine is still gonna work. When I went down, I believe I went down with the right side of my head landing first, and I had this camera mounted to the right side of my head, so these two buttons hit the ground on impact. They're still kind of, I mean, these buttons are stiff in general, but they were like scuffed up over here and there was like some dirt and such in them. The problem with them landing on these two buttons is it pressed really hard on the actual buttons on the camera. So they still work. Let's turn this thing on. But the actual physical button on the board behind this, see, this one's works pretty good. It's soft. I can barely feel myself even touching it. Actually, you know, being able to, like, there's no physical click feel anymore. That one's okay. But the bottom one works too, but they're both recessed in. You really can't tell looking at it, but before this happened, these buttons actually sat out a little bit further. What I believe happened, I haven't had a chance to take this thing completely apart to get down to that part of the board yet. What happened is, you know, when the buttons pressed in, they pressed in hard enough that they actually bent the onboard buttons over, because I believe, if I remember seeing the picture correctly, these two buttons are here. The board itself kind of sits right, you know, right about here, right above the screen. And these two buttons are protruding off the side, so whenever these hit, it actually shoved in the actual controls for the buttons, and I want to say it bent them over. That's why these are recessed in a little bit, which it could be something as simple as pull the board out, bend it back over, and it'll go back in and it'll be fine. But I mean, obviously it still works. Oh, there's something I didn't know this camera had. It's actually, you can use, I remember reading that it had a 10 times optical zoom. No, this is only 4. Okay, this one only has the 4. But yeah, it actually has a fucking zoom. I don't know if you see that at all. Did not play with that before. Anyways, that's really the only actual damage that was done to the camera, and it still works fine. Camera works great. It's still, let's see, right now it's recording. Click over. It still snaps pictures just fine, does video just fine, reviews videos and everything, has the menu, goes through the menu just fine. Everything still works great on it. Nothing wrong with the camera. The case, on the other hand, let's turn this back off. Case, on the other hand, didn't do as well. Said I think the buttons are fine. Only bet the seals are still good. I bet this case is still waterproof. What happened, and I've tried to glue this. And it's kind of wobbly. I tried super glue and that just kind of melted the plastic. I haven't really looked real hard into what this plastic actually is or what the best way to glue it is. I am not a fucking adhesive expert. As you can tell from the expanding on here, this is Gorilla Glue, and I mean it's holding, especially towards the back part, but towards this front part, which is where part of the melted plastic happened, I don't think it sealed as well. I mean, so it's still wobbly. The other one's, you know, good and solid. So I'm willing to bet it would still be fine. On impact, probably not. It would probably just snap right off and just fling through the air. But I've seen reviews on GoPro cases where they go down, eventually they get hairline cracks, and then finally they just give way. I mean, other than that, that's that's really all that happened, was the 2 buttons here and that there. And then the actual prongs for clicking this into the mount broke off. So that sucks, because that was actually I like that mount. But they do make a GoPro one. Unfortunately, it's like 20 or 30 fucking dollars for this one damn mount. I can go online and just buy the whole mount kit for this thing again, I believe. I haven't looked too hard into it, but I want to bet if I can buy this whole mount kit for like 20 bucks again. The case, on the other hand, I could not find this case anywhere in the US. I bought this camera itself, the whole kit, from a seller in New Jersey, so I had it within like 3 days of buying it. Case itself could not find anywhere from a seller in the US. So I had to order it online through a Chinese shipper. So basically it's Chinese dropship, and this one, it cost me I think $16.99, so 17 bucks free shipping to get a whole new case. And because it's the dropship, Chinese mail is really unpredictable. Sometimes you get stuff in like 3 or 4 days, sometimes you get stuff, you know, a month later. A buddy of mine ordered his camera the same day as I ordered mine. He ordered his from China because it was a little bit cheaper, and he still hasn't received his. But so that's all I got to do. Just got to replace the case, replace this, possibly go through the trouble of fixing that board. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Eventually I'll get bored. I want to put an external mic on this, and I have opened this up, and this whole little pocket through here is empty. There's nothing here. It's just a void. There's actually a good section through here that's empty too, but this little whole spot right here is empty. So I'm thinking about putting an external mic right here, so I can just pop it in. I'll go ahead and set it up with one of the pins styles where it will use, if it's not, it makes its own contact if it's not plugged in, and it'll use the internal mic, or if I plug it in, it'll switch to the external mic. That's about it on this one. Really cheap camera, but awesome video out of it. And honestly, I was a little upset at first, you know, that it got broke whenever it went down, but it's in a decent price range that had it been broke. And I haven't looked into the warranty information on this, but being as it was damaged in a crash, I don't think it'd be covered by the warranty. But I should probably just contact them and find out. I mean, they might just send me a new case, new camera. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll try to contact them later to see what the deal is on it. Back to what I was saying though. You know, it's a lot cheaper than a GoPro. Does great video. Comes with all the mounts. Like this is a $60 case for the GoPro. Like, I mean, obviously this one is for the GoPro, but if you get this damn waterproof case for the GoPro, this fucking thing is $60. And then this thing's like $20, $30, you know? It's expensive. Whereas this whole thing, with all, like, I don't even have half the mounts here, but if you go watch the unboxing video, all the mounts, case, all that stuff, and it was like somewhere between $100 and $120, I can't remember exactly right now. Cheap, great camera, I recommend it. The 1000 version, which is a different style than this, it's actually more upright, a little bit heavier, but it's actually got a little bit of a metal case to it. It's got aluminum case and plastic, whereas this one's just plastic. The 1000, they have 2 versions of it now. One that has a wide angle lens just like this one, and then one that has a 90-degree lens. So if you're looking for something a little more in instead of wide, look into that 1000, because the video is just as good as it is on this, and it's like $30 to $40 cheaper. But that's pretty much all I've got on this one. I always end my videos like that. And that's it. And I'll see you guys.